don't. Get your hands on, you tell me where they are.
We stayed in Sussex Gardens, just a short walk to Paddington Station and Hyde Park, and just around the corner from Bathurst Mews, which is where I'd like to stay if I lived in London. They're the old stables. There's no car space, but some of them do have a working garage. They look beautiful. Olive tree and olives on it. We spoke to a local resident who said they often have communal gatherings and get sun for half the day. So this is definitely where I'd like to live. We were spoilt for choice for local eateries, choosing from Chilean, Palestinian, Lebanese and Egyptian, and this French one with an in-house dog. After breakfast we popped over to Hyde Park. We're in London, in Hyde Park, and have a look at the size of this tree. It's immense. I think it's a plane tree. There's Philippa walking ahead. It was a 20-minute walk to the Marble Arch, where everything started for us. We were heading for the Wallace Collection and on the way to have lunch at Otto Lengi. We bought our Oyster card at the Marble Arch station, and on the way to lunch we stopped in at the shops along Oxford Street. And the beauty of walking is that you never know what you'll find along the way. We ran into this wedding group. It's a wedding. I don't know where they're from, but the bride's just about to come out. Very colourful wedding happening in Manchester Square. It's a beautiful area here. We've just been walking down Baker Street and had lunch at Otto Lengi.
It was lovely.
Don't they look lovely? The Wallace Collection is a museum in Hertford House, Manchester Square. It's the former townhouse of the Seymour family and the Marquesses of Hertford, named after Sir Richard Wallace, who built the extensive collection in the 18th and 19th century. It contains exceptional paintings, sculpture, ceramics, furniture and arms and armour, and it was gifted to Britain in 1900. As the brochure says, this outstanding collection is set out in a manner designed to evoke the lives and tastes of its founders, creating a special ambience that remains an essential part of its charm. And that is so true. This exhibition is almost undescribable. The artist Grayson Perry has created a new alter ego, an impoverished woman from the East End called Shirley Smith, who has a special bond with the Wallace Collection. She's a survivor of abuse and spent years in a psychiatric institution, during which she discovered art. Adding a layer of complexity, Shirley herself has an alter ego. The Honourable Millicent Wallace, rightful heir to Hertford House, where the Wallace Collection is housed. It is necessary to know this backstory to understand the collection. And to make it even more exciting, Grayson Perry himself does the audio guide. The collection includes ceramics, tapestries, works on paper and furniture. And I'm so pleased Philippa talked me into going. It's always handy to have your phone camera on you in case you visit the restroom. This is where I dilly-dallied at the Ivy restaurant, soaking in all the works of art. And around the corner, this is how they like to socialise. On Sunday morning, the 28th of September. And this is a Royal Parks special information van, I think. We have nothing to eat. Hello, little duck. If you are a little duck, you've got funny kind of feet. They're not really webbed, are they? This is Princess Di's Memorial Fountain in Kensington Gardens. It's a big loop. You can walk all the way around. But unfortunately, I call that a waterfall, not a fountain. Now we know how many seats it takes to fill the Albert Hall. We're hoping to be able to go in, but maybe we won't be able to. But we were.
The Promenade concerts in August and September, and then in November we have the remembrance ceremony for those who died in the wars, and that's always attended by the royal family. This was the original royal entrance. It's not used anymore. So you can imagine when Queen Victoria arrived on a horse-drawn carriage to here, she would probably have gone into the souvenir shop, which is behind the just to take things back to Buckingham Palace for her children.
In 2014, a specially commissioned mural by Sir Peter Blake entitled Appearing at the Royal Albert Hall was unveiled. His other work includes the cover for the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album. There are 343 people listed in this montage. Eric Clapton holds the record for the longest run of concerts at the venue. He's appeared there 211 times.
If you want to believe what you want to believe, that's entirely up to you. Tell you what, I love the truth. Is he telling the truth, or am I? Or is there a mix-up? All you're going to do is go onto Google, or whatever search engine you use.
There were ABBA fans of every age, dressed to look like their favourite stars. This purpose-built arena is packed every night with people coming to see avatars of ABBA. Unfortunately, we weren't allowed to film the performance. This is a museum that you don't want to miss. It's one of my favourites in London. It had mirrored rooms, installations that span a full room, and works by Emin, Banksy, Kusama, Warhol, and even Robbie Williams. The variety is awe-inspiring, and probably the most amazing of all is Dan Van Hasselt's Mirror Room. Isn't it beautiful? feel so safe in here. This is amazing. Don't know how they've done it. Unbelievable. And Robbie Williams had some advice for all of us when everything feels like too much. Take a seat, take a moment to ground yourself and breathe. Like the sun, you'll rise again. But for a moment, sit, rest, and return when you're ready. We then headed off to Westminster to look at Churchill's war rooms. During the war years, hundreds of men and women would spend thousands of hours here. Then back to Paddington Station, where we sat and joined the animals at the wild table of love. And that was the end of day 3 in London.